Good afternoon, fellas. Here's the daily review end of day, New York session. Let's turn on the end logs. Okay, so today was a very, very, very choppy day, unfortunately. But there are a couple things that I have to mention, obviously, during the intraday price action. So let's take a look at it. Let's pull up ES as well. Let's clean that chart. In fact, I'm not gonna clean it all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up NASDAQ 5-minute chart, and I'm going to annotate the 5-minute divergence at these lows here. I think, hold on, give me 1 second, let me find that. It is, okay, it's right here. So today I was looking at the image from that S&T divergence because that's the only S&T that we have at the lows. So we had this divergence. Hold on, is it that one? Hold on, guys, give me 1 second. I thought it was on the other layout. I think it's here. It's that one. No, it's here. Okay, it's there. Right about, yes. I'm like, this is too low. Okay, because the dealing range was on the chart today, the whole session. So here, ES making lower lows, Nasdaq making lower high. That is the S&P divergence low. I was looking at that low and the dealing range. So here, it's not the best way to do it, unfortunately, but that's what we have. So here, we had a divergence at these highs initially, and then it diverged. Okay, here's the divergence. And there, it's not the 5-minute divergence, but because it's on the lows, hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I was thinking about something else, I think. This is very like a unsync market. I think I annotated the high though, but anyways, there's no divergence there at the high. So here is what we're looking at. We were looking at during the live stream, during the live session during New York. Very choppy, very, very, very bad price action. But as you can see, it delivered sell side a couple times here. So the first one, second one, a couple times, and there were a couple divergences as well. Here is the one. Let's see. It's a very interesting chart, honestly. Let's go on the hourly real quick. I can't seem to find it right now. Okay, so the first one is right here at the lows on the 5, right about there. So that was supposed to target the buy side, short-term buy side liquidity because it's also coming from range equilibrium. Didn't go out there, unfortunately. It stayed bullish. I'm sorry, bearish. This is 10 o'clock. So let me go down to 1. This is going to be an interesting ELD markup, guys. Like, it was very ugly. So let's go down to 1. I think today was worse than Tuesday, I feel like. Okay. So here's I'm looking at the highs, and at the highs, what we have was, so there's a weird ass divergence here, like very weird. Right about here, like a very weird one. But anyways, I'm gonna walk through the 1-minute chart. Okay. So here's what happened. Let's go back to ES. I need to look at ES more. So at at New York Open, there was a couple things worthwhile mentioning. First one is 830 high data, and then there is external range high here, right? So I'll take them. I'm going to draw that in time. 830 data high. This one's all-time high, basically. Let's keep it all-time high. And the same deal on ES. Oh no, it's 830 high, and the all-time high is right about here. So initially at open, I tried to make a run, right? This is 930. Try to go for the 830 high and all-time high. Didn't do it, but ES did it. So it formed a divergence. But the divergence confirmation was once the market broke the structure down here, because there's no like PD areas in this price action that much. Besides maybe like an order block or something. Like here's the order block. So it was a confirmation. Then this could, we were definitely looking for the sell side here. Here's the dealing range. Range GQ premium fair value gap delivered the sell side. Now after the sell side was taken out, that's when I had my interest. This is ICG 2022 mentorship model. Sell side was taken out. Now we're looking for a better bullish move. Higher time frame is also bullish. There are a couple fair value gaps and a V-shaped rejection. This is a V-shaped rejection, accumulation fair value gap, and then this is the IFED fair value gap. Within the IFED fair value gap, after V-shape, we're always expecting one last manipulation before a run, right? So that was my long also, as you guys know. This was the S&P averages on the one, right about here, and it went for. I was technically targeting 830 data, but it delivered what is promised. So it went for the short-term buy side, low-hanging fruit objective, which is, I think it was like 30 points or so, if I'm not mistaken, from like somewhere here, let's say, to there, 25 from S&T to that high is, let's see, 30 points. So yeah, it went for the buy side, took out the short-term buy side, kept going higher, failed at this thick price action, unfortunately. Couldn't go for the 830 data high. But at the same time, what ES was doing was it was also like digging into 830 data high and all-time high at the same time, right? And it formed a divergence here at these highs, okay? And delivered by that sell side from there on. But let's read that. So here, price was accumulating above BASI. The BASI was inverted. Now we have a trap at the highs, trap longs essentially, and because of that, this is a small money reversal at the end of the day. Trap long, and now we are looking for what? We're looking for sell side delivery right here. The S&T low is the highest probability target. So here, trap fair value gap. Alright, trap fair value gap. It after it broke down, came back up, kind of violated, targeted the shorter sell side, and went back inside of the trap fair value gap. Now, that is where I'm most interested because it's staying below CE of the fair value gap and forming the very first divergence at the highs on the 1 week right here. Okay, this is the same deal as I did down here. It's the same thing. Okay, there's a V shape, first divergence. The first divergence is in the direction of the south side is being a turtle soup. Okay, so it went down there, tied the south side, come all the way down to the rejection block. I think actually it didn't come. That didn't come down there, but rejected for some reason. Around for the buy side. Now here in this price action, there are a couple things. So I'm going to pull up ES one more time. These highs, these are, I think we can also take it from here too. But anyways, these ones, as you can see, it's S&T divergence before the last push. This is the S&T divergence. came down one more time, and it's formed here. In this case, it is forming what? So let's read the lows. There are no SMT divergences. Here's the first SMT divergence. No, right there. So this is the bearish one on ES, and this is the bullish one on ES. Oops. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Okay, right there. So that happened also within the fair value gap here, kind of, and rallied. So here, what it's doing is, this is the 1 minute micro buy model, targeting the old S&T highs, completing the buy model. Now there is also the range here on the 1 minute range EQ, although there is no S&T here. It pulls back down into range EQ, goes for the high. Now my target at this time on the for the second leg was this high here, because this is the SMT also, so this is a complete buy model. Never reached there, and from end dog it reacted off from the end dog and went for the sell side, which is pretty normal because both ES and Nasdaq left. So this is the SMT low, was targeted initially, and these are equal lows. These are equal lows on both assets. Okay, left equal lows, which is very suspicious. Always. Now here, V-shape. Let's see if it printed. Here's the dealing range. Let's see if it printed any divergence here at these highs, because that's what I usually preach for. V-shape rejection, SMT divergence, the entry. So here, Nasdaq is making higher low, higher high. ES made also higher high. There's no divergence there. It just came up into the fair value gap, broke down. Another V-shape. Perhaps there is a divergence here on a lower time frame. Yeah, probably on the 30-second. So here on ES, on Nasdaq, this is not even on the 30-second though. Okay, I'm not gonna force it. It's a 15-second, but I'm not gonna force it. But the reason I'm saying it's a divergence is because if you look at this high here, Nasdaq is making a higher high, whereas ES is making equal highs. So that's a divergence on a lower microsecond time frame. And then it went for the equal lows. There is no like entry whatsoever, I would say. Maybe like if this was a divergence on the 1 minute, yeah, I would say, yeah, this is an entry, but you know, let's be real. I wouldn't have been able to see this anyways. Not this one, but this one right here, because I don't watch 15-second chart or even sometimes 30-second. So here at these lows, both assets delivered the sell side, and then let's see what happened here. This is the higher time frame dealing range EQ, so immediately reacted from the sell side, returned back in the range, came down into the dealing range on the higher time frame, and it's respecting it, right? It's respecting it. The only thing I wanted to see was a divergence. So here, it actually diverged. ES made equal lows, which is ugly, I would say. Nasdaq made equal lows. Yeah, lower low. ES made equal lows. Now it has to run. This is setting up for the first leg, right? So it has to run at least towards where? The S&T high is right there. So this first stage and the second stage should at least deliver here. See if it did that. It did it in the after hours, or like in the overnight price action here. It just did it actually. But let's read this price action, this chop. So here's a divergence, right? It tried to rally, and here it is forming a divergence. So ES actually took the buy side. There is a divergence there on a higher time frame. Now, when there is something like this, we look at the dealing range EQ from external to external, basically. And then it was just choppy in that EQ of that range until market close. I mean, I'm not going to go in depth in this price action because there's literally not much to talk at all, because it actually didn't take the sell side here and the buy side here So it was just a range bound, going back and forth, back and forth. Like as you can see here, took buy side, came down to sell side, went for the buy side again, tried the rally towards buy side, broadening range here, broadening channel, something like this, you know, must be avoided. This is like something like that. So pretty ugly afternoon session. The morning session was tradable though, I would say. Although I had a break even, you know, it was still tradable in my opinion. So anyways, that was it today. I think this is pretty short video because of the price action of today. Hold on, let me just keep that. Now let's take a look at for tomorrow though. I think tomorrow will be eventful, especially considering how the daily is looking. So here, let's go up to, let's go to Nasdaq, 830 data high, all-time high. So we have a couple highs here, which I'm favoring. Let's go up to 15. So here's what I want to see. Let's see if it diverges today. So on the 15 minutes. There's a divergence here on the lower time frame. So let's go down to 5. Alright, what equal lows though? That's ugly. Alright, anyways, so here there is this divergence here. Equal lows though should get tagged. Trying to establish a point of interest. So what I'm trying to do is, I think this should be safe low, and it should tag at least the external range liquidity. And this is the range that I'm looking at right now. We're in discount still. So I would say end dog should hold the price and send it towards the buy side. So here's what I'm going to do. Go on a daily, okay guys? This is what I want to see. Although we gapped down, as long as it stays above the gap, I think this whole daily fair value gap is going to be a breakaway gap, okay? It's not going to get touched. That's what I'm preaching for. That's what I'm favoring. And it will tag the short-term buy side, which is previous day high. If though, and if he delivers sell side, this is what we are looking at. So on the daily, actually this is on the 4-hourly, I would say, we have this level, okay, and accumulation below. So that level could get tagged, essentially, which is the trap fair value gap. Touch that fair value gap and form a buy side. I don't favor this, but this could happen because tomorrow's NFP. If it delivers something like low resistance or whatever towards sell side, I think that's what we're looking at. Here's this, the daily fair value gap here. It could get touched. Also, note the breaker block as well. Here's the breaker block. If it doesn't leave the fair value gap open, I think it's going to set the low at either the breaker or come down to the trap fair value gap using NFP red forward news delivery. So, hope you guys find this insightful. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the morning.